graders, and welcome to lesson 111 on applications using division. So the way that we write a division answer depends on the question being asked. Sometimes we might write our answer with a remainder, like 3 remainder 3, or sometimes we might make it into a mixed number, sometimes we might make it into a decimal, and even sometimes we might have to round up or down, like in some of the cases we've looked at recently with objects where it wouldn't make sense to have like half of a person. So we would have to round it up or down, depending on what the question's asking. So today we're going to be looking at some examples and figuring out which way we should write our answer. 100 students are to be assigned to 3 classrooms. How many should be in each class so they are as balanced as possible? So the first thing I'm hoping you recognize is that this is a division problem. I need to divide 100 students into 3 classrooms. So if I write that, 3 goes into 10 3 times. For a remainder of 1, bring down the 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times again. And the same thing is going to happen, and so I have this remainder of 1. Now I have to decide which way would make the most sense for me to write this answer. I have one student. This is what this 1 represents, right, is one student. So we've got 33 that can go into each class, but then I've got this one student left over. Well, if I think back at my problem, it's talking about classrooms, right? So I have 3 classrooms. I got classroom 1, classroom 2, and classroom 3. 33 students would go into all of them. And then I would have one student left over. So what would I do with that student? Well, I would put it into one of these classrooms, right? So let's say that I put that student in here. So my answer would actually be 33, 33, and 34. That's how, because the question said how many students should be in each class so they are as balanced as possible. 33, 33, and 34 would be the numbers of the students in each classroom. So do you see how the type of question really affects how we write our answer? When I divided it, I got 33 and a remainder of 1, or 33 and 1/3, or 33.3 repeating. But this is what made the most sense for that question. Let's look at another example. By the way, you should be writing down all of these examples in your notebook to show that you watched this video. Movie tickets cost $4. Jim has $15. How many can he buy? All right, well, again, we got 15 bucks. We're going to divide it by 4. So we've got 15 divided by 4. 4 can go into 15 3 times. It's 12. So he could buy 3 tickets, and then what does this 3 down here represent? Well, this is a remainder of a ticket. He could buy, 3/4 of another ticket, but not a whole other ticket. So how are we going to write our answer? Well, we got to think about what these numbers mean. This is money and this is money. If each ticket is $4 and he's got 15, he can get 3 whole tickets, and then he could get 3/4 of another ticket. But can you actually buy 3/4 of a ticket? No. So how many tickets can he buy? 3 tickets. Okay. Another way that we could have written this would be $15 per ticket, $4 per ticket. We divide 15 by 4, and we see that the dollars would cancel, and so you would get 3 tickets left over. They're showing it to you written out that way because it's going to go into conversion factors in the next part. 15 children need a ride to the fair. Each car can transport 4 children. How many are needed to transport 15 children? So this is saying, again, we have 15 children and we can take 4 children per car. Written this way as a division thing, 15 divided by 4, the children are going to cancel. So if we think about, we just used this same number in the last example, right? So this time we know that we're going to have 3 3/4 cars. So can we have 3/4 of a car? No, we can't have 3/4 of a car. So we're going to need a whole nother car to transport all of the children. So that means that we're going to need a total of 4 cars. See how that was? Even though it was the same numbers, our answer is different based on the question. 4 workers were paid a total of $50 for cleaning a yard. If the workers divide the number equally, how much money will each worker receive? All right, so in this one, we've got $50 divided by 4 workers. So over here, I'm going to do 50 divided by 4. We got 4 goes into 5 once. 4 goes into 10 twice. And now for this one, this is money. So am I just going to keep it as, well, I need to round my answer? Will I want to use a fraction? What makes the most sense for money? Decimals, because we want to know how many cents each person was going to get. So I'm going to keep going, and I do that by adding a 0 there and bringing it down. So 4 goes into 20 5 times. And to make it money, I'll add that extra 0. So that means that each worker will receive $12.50. 4 different division problems, and they all have answers written a different way. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.